YouTube, what's up? Kenny here, also known as SilentFan85. Welcome to a Q&A. It's been a while since I've done a Q&A, but I've gained some more subscribers with streaming Final Fantasy, and I wanted to welcome you guys by letting you get to know me. First off and foremost, I need a new headset, so if you hear any buzzing from the mic, it should be very minor, but if you do hear it, I do apologize. I need to get a new headset, which I'm actually thinking I'll probably get one for me for my birthday, kind of my own birthday gift. I've been meaning to. My birthday's actually tomorrow. I'm turning 32. I'm getting up there. A lot of people might see me as old for a gamer, but gaming knows no age, no bounds, no races, no politics, nothing. Gaming is equal, unless you're a total noob. Anyway, so I got a list of questions I'm going to go through. There are quite a few of them. So there's no telling how long this video may go, but feel free to grab some popcorn, chill out, or, you know, move on. Either way. So anyway, first starting out, why did you start a YouTube channel? Why did I start a YouTube channel? Well, for those that don't know, my YouTube channel started out as a vlog. For those that don't know, it's like a blog, except it's a video log, like a video journal for the most part, sharing thoughts with the world, so on and so forth. I still do this to a limited basis on my other channel, Kenny, which is my real name, by the way, in case you're not aware. And I'll do it on here as well, mainly with serious modes or with quick thoughts, mainly about the channel. But some ideas may slip in there. The dog's barking. Dogs. I think he stopped. Alright. He's been acting weird all day. I don't know what's going on. If you're wondering what kind of dog he is, he's one of those breeds of dogs with actual hair, not fur. So that much I can tell you. I can never remember what kind of dog he is. Anyway, he's a cool dog. A little slow, but cool dog. So anyway, yeah, no, it started out as a vlog, and then I ended up recording World of Warcraft. Didn't get a bunch of hits on it, but I found out that I loved recording gameplay and commenting on it. Most of the time, obviously, at other times I just do gameplay video. Just because I'm my own cynic, or I'm my own critic. I actually believe that there are some people that enjoy just watching the gameplay without my commentary on it. While they may be few and far between, there are folks that like to do that. So I like to provide both commentary and non-commentary. And if I have time and I like a game enough, I'll do both. I'll play through it once without commentary, and then I'll play through it again with commentary. I've done this a couple of times around the channel, mainly on BioShock Infinite and on Tomb Raider. So I may do it on other games. It's hard to say. I've actually thought about doing it for Devil May Cry, because y'all seem to have really enjoyed Devil May Cry. So maybe we'll see. And I also started it too because I really wanted to put some good back into the world. You know, there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of darkness on this planet that comes from humanity, that comes from us. And I kind of wanted to give my share back, but do it in such a way that it's not affected by religion, or it's not affected by politics, or it's not affected by money or greed, or, you know, just selfishness of just trying to get attention. No, I wanted to do something that really mattered, that people could look at and say, hey, this guy's not in it for the money. He's not in it for the recognition, the status. I just like being who I am on video and try to spread a good message with that. And that's why I've tagged my videos from at least the last 2 years with one of my staples on my channel, which is, remember you're awesome and never let the world tell you otherwise. I thought it kind of long at first, but I stuck with it, and people seem to like it. So, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? You know, admittingly, I've always pictured myself as if at some point in my life would have had a different path. I think I actually would have been a decent video celebrity of pretty much any media genre, TV, movie. I was in theater for a bit, a very short time, and I liked it. I liked acting. I liked taking on character roles, but the way my life went, it didn't exactly go down the path that I thought it might, which happens in life. But YouTube was kind of a way for me to kind of, I guess, fill that hole that kind of came with theater when I lost it. and I could reach out to people around the world, and like I said, spread a good message and enjoy what I do, which is gaming, providing ideas and thoughts and insights, and so on and so forth. So there's that. What do you hate a lot? There's only one thing I really hate in life. I've never really hate anybody personally. I've never really hated anything in specifically. But one thing I do hate is when people in a respectable position spread fear and hatred. Now, hate begets hate. So, especially nowadays, it's really hard to say that you hate somebody without something being triggered, you know. Um, but you know, the thing that I guess I loathe and abhor the most is that people have that are in a situation or that are in a position to have power and to do good things with that power, and instead they do stuff that is loathsome, that will look back on the history of humanity and our children's 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 children will look back at it and be like, what the hell were these people thinking? Or what the hell was happening here, you know? So we have had that many times in humanity, but what I really hate is people that cause those spotty records on mankind. So that much I can say. It's the decisions they make. It's not the person that I hate. It's the decisions and what they do with their power. Because I think everybody, and I can't say this enough, I think everybody has good and evil inside them. And it's the paths and the choice you make that dictate how the world will see you and how you can see yourself. So there's that. What is a dream you have or something you'd like to accomplish in your life? I've actually already done one. Broken a world record for gaming. Two, actually. I mentioned earlier I don't do YouTube for the money. While that is true, I still do put ads on the channel just to kind of feed back into the channel on stuff. For example, I have a YouTube payment coming up that'll be going towards a new video card to help with videos and, you know, making games look better editing and production as well. And, you know, a new headset like I was talking about earlier, just to provide better quality videos. And I've had people feed into a fund that I started a few months back to help with the video card as well. And I actually spoke with one of them the other day, and I said, you know, I know you put some money towards it, but I wanted you to know that it's unfortunately going to be delayed, and I see it as an investment in the channel. Although I know it's just a personal gift from you to really kind of help me out. But I do, you know, I try to keep people up to date on that stuff. By the way, for the record, the 1080 campaign, I plan on trying to get the card somewhere around April, because mainly due to automotive problems and health issues, I'm having to delay it because of finances. So there's that update. But yeah, that's you know, I've done those two things. Broken a world record, even if unofficially. By the way, I still haven't gotten an update on that yet. I sent them an inquiry asking if there's been any progress in looking at what happened. For those that don't know, it was a World of Warcraft world record. The current record stands at 29.5 hours. I did it for 31. It's on video. So, you know, I'm really proud of that. And I'm really proud of the folks that came out to support me as well. It has been submitted to Guinness World Records, but unfortunately I didn't exactly meet all the rules to the T. So there is a very, very good chance it could be denied. But again, even if unofficially, I've done it. And I'm very proud of it. In fact, I've bragged about it at work multiple times, much to a lot of people's dismay. And I'll still bring it up because, I mean, how many people can say that they've broken a world record? Not many. And it's really cool to be able to do that. So, I guess another dream is to just keep being who I am. You know, I never change that. I've recently went through a period in my life where I've had to modify certain actions in my attitude and in my outlook on life. I went through a period where, a very, very dark period, where for about 3 weeks straight I was contemplating suicide. And I know this is a brutally honest truth that y'all probably didn't expect, but it's true. And it makes you realize that you're worth it. You know, you're worth every second of your life, every breath you take, every memory you have. You are worth it as a human being. Even if the world is making you feel worthless, even if you're not getting what you need from certain parts of life, you're still worth fighting for yourself, and you got to remember that. And at some point in my life, I disconnected from that. You know, I disconnected from myself. I forgot who I was. And a little hint, a life hack, I guess, that helped me, that might help you. If you find yourself going through that phase, I would close my eyes and picture, I'd even do it with my eyes open, mainly while I was driving too. It's not dangerous, I promise. But in the back of my head, I would picture myself. Okay, I would picture like a 3D rendering of myself, except in real life. And I would tell myself what I want to say, and then I would repeat it back to myself. And I would sometimes hug myself as myself, my self-deception kind of thing. And if I caught myself crying in a really dark moment, I would kneel down beside myself and just say, "Hey man, you got this. You're good. Hang in there." So it really helped me. And so that's kind of became a new dream of mine, is to just keep going, you know, and keep being who I am. I guess it really doesn't count as a dream in that context. It's more of a reality, and it's really helped me a lot. So, you know, you're going to go through dark times in your life, and to remember the light, to see yourself as the light in your own darkness, I think is the key. So anyway, kind of got out there. What is your greatest fear? Material-wise, I'm afraid of crabs. And I'm not talking about what y'all think I'm talking about. I'm talking about crabs with the pincers. I had a dream as a kid about I was escaping some, like, thousands of crabs while I was on the beach at night. And all of a sudden you hear this clickety, 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 and they're scuttle along the sand. And it scared the crap out of me. So I remember running to a tree, climbing up. It's a view of, I'm on top of a tree. You can see the beach in the background. I'm in a third person kind of perspective. And you see this army, legion even, of crabs just come wandering up the beach over this brick wall that was protecting me, that was around the tree that was supposed to be protecting me. They climbed over it and just started scuttling up the tree, clicking and pinching at me. Ever since then, I have had an unjustified fear of crabs. So, that's one of them. So there you go. What is something that makes you upset? Going back to earlier, people that abuse positions of great power to make humanity worse for the wear. It's ridiculous. It's the thing that makes me the most upset. That, and I don't really want to say stupidity, because I can be stupid myself a lot. But I guess irrational. I'm not sure. I'll think about that and I'll get it back. But definitely what we said earlier. What makes you happy? What makes me happy is things going right. And you know, that's really for anybody. But and seeing when things go right, and especially like a planned moment. For example, a date when it goes right. And there's maybe a couple of small problems, but overall it was just a fantastic date. Just as one example, and just knowing that not everything in life is out to ruin you, I guess. I mentioned earlier the whole dark phase I went through. I guess that that kind of feeds into that, really. It just, it's good to have those days where I was like, man, this was a good day. I was productive. It feels good. So, it's those things that make me the most happy. But for the little things that make me happy, DC. I'm a DC fanboy. Superman, Batman, you name it. I take the good and the bad. A lot of people would call me a nerdy optimist. But that's not, it's not true. I'm one of those people. I'm very dedicated. If I enjoy something and if it brings me joy, then I'm very dedicated to that thing, whatever it is. Gaming, YouTubing, DC, You know, just as from a hobby perspective. But it's like that even in life, even with family and friends. I mean, now that's not to say even if friends don't make me happy, I don't like them. That's not what I mean. But I'm a very dedicated person all around. So sometimes maybe even fanatically so. But you know, so there's that. So it's those things that I'm dedicated to that I can't do without that make me happy. Maybe it counts as an addiction. Who knows? Anyway, if you knew you were going to die next week, what would you do between now and then? If I knew I was going to die, I would do that twerk video that people. This goes back a ways, about a year and a half maybe. Um, I the I forget who it was that started this whole thing between me and the Outcast posse and a few other people. They want me to do this twerk video or a dance video, popping booty, and I would do it. I really would. The reason I don't do it now is because, well, I'm trying to be tasteful with the channel to an extent. For those that have watched most of my videos, you know that tasteful tends to go out the window. I can have a very crude sense of humor, as well as hard words sometimes. But you know, I would. There's a lot of stuff I would do. That would be one of them, channel wise. I probably, to be honest, would put down video games. I would do a couple of streams just to kind of sign off. But I would put down video games and look at other stuff in life that would have more meaning. I would go talk to people that I have had to cut out of my life for reasons. It sounds harsh and hard, but unfortunately, at certain points in life, the toxic people you have to cut out. And I would try to make amends with the whole situation. So, needless to say, I am one of those people that I've had to do that. As I said, I think everybody at some point has to. They got to back away from these folks and just keep them at a distance. Maybe not totally cut them out, but definitely keep them at a distance and say, you know, there's no good that comes being around you. Which is one of the hardest things to do. But if I knew that I was going to die next week, that is something I would do. I'd reach out to these people and say, look, I just want you to know I love you. I've always cared for you. You're always on my mind. And you know, just thank you for the good moments that we had. So, you know, there's that. You know, get in touch with old friends and just so on and so forth. And that's the crazy thing. I mean, you never know when you're going to go. For instance, I mean, it's something that I worry about, and I know I shouldn't, but I do in the back of my mind every so often. I've gotten better about it. The last couple of years, it's been really bad, but I'm to put it simply, I'm not healthy. I have major medical concerns that a lot of people may not see it, but they are major medical concerns because I see what they can do to me in the long run, and it's not pretty. So, you know, it's not something that I don't think about. That thing's been cursor's probably been sitting there for a bit. I'm sorry. But, you know, so it's constantly stuff I'm thinking about. And, so, yeah, I mean, that's just some things I would do. Moving on from all that. When was the last time you cried? Wow, they really want to kind of get into the dark places, don't they? Actually, a couple nights ago. Actually, back into the whole medical concerns thing. I recently put up a video that I took down talking about health insurance, and because I have so many pre-existing conditions, there's been times when I'm afraid I might lose mine, and it's a justifiable fear, especially with the way things are going. Because an unfortunate truth of insurance companies is that unless they are regulated, they can throw people off willy-nilly. Unfortunately, they see it as just being a business, which I totally get. I totally understand. But that's one thing, you know what? That's one thing I do hate. is that saying it's just business. The problem with it just being business is that it takes all the humanity out of being human. It's a reason. It's a reason to take happiness away from people, to take security away from people, and it's something to hide behind, in my eyes. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people that. It's not like I don't understand money, or that businesses have to make money, or that they have to cut risk. I totally get that, but at the same time, I'm also a humanist, and if my state of mind is that if it doesn't help people and instead it impacts them in a negative way, I don't want it. It shouldn't, it shouldn't be done unless it's necessary, like, times of war or something. A war for a reason. But anyway, we're getting into the whole politics of the thing. But yeah, no, I cried. I mean, I called my wife and I said, I'm scared. Because the things that are wrong with me are so expensive without insurance that it's crazy. And to think that, we might not be able to afford it scares me. I mean, it scares the living crap out of me. And that's just unfortunately a reality that millions of people, of Americans, maybe not even most of the world, because of the way different governments are set up, but that Americans face. As an American, it's scary. With everything going on. I'm not going to get into details because it can really spark controversy. And if I see comments about it that are starting a fire, I will delete them. Just a heads up. But I'm just putting this out there. I'm trying to be open and candid with everything. But I was at the point of bawling. Luckily, I just had a few tears in my eyes. I was crying. It's been a long day at work. And it was a slow day at work, so I had a lot of time to think, which can be a bad thing, especially for me. I'm an overthinker. But it's just a justifiable concern. She helped cool me down, and so yeah, that was the last time I cried. What are your pet peeves? Bad grammar. I'm not exactly a grammar Nazi, but misspellings, wrong capitalization. I mean, to be honest, I could have been an English teacher. I would have loved that. That's one avenue I thought of when I was growing up. But unfortunately, and I'm not trying to make excuses, but some things that happened in my life, I wasn't able to take that route. I mean, it's not too late. It's never too late. But the way my life is right now, I'm actually pretty content. So, kind of happy about that. But yeah, grammar is one. Fake people is another. I hate people that wear masks. I've never, well, not hate, but they get under my skin. They'll even sometimes cause me anxiety. Just knowing that I get a sense about people that's just like, this person's hiding, in a bad way. It might sound weird, but I've always kind of had this innate sense of if people are being open and honest with me. So yeah, and so that's one of my pet peeves. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging people. I mean, they're going to be who they are, but that is one of my pet peeves. If I sense that about somebody, it rubs me the wrong way sometimes, and sometimes I got to stop, take a step back, and just say, this is who this person is. It's how they've chosen to live. So there's that. But yeah, that's a pet peeve. What is something that hurt you? Wow. What is something that hurt me? Okay. And this just goes back to my fanboyism of DC. I guess what really kind of hurt me was reading the reviews of Batman v Superman after it came out. And again, this is going to be one of those things that might start a feud between Marvel and DC fanboys and girls, by the way. But as a fanboy, I'll admit I wear DC glasses. If it's DC, it's golden to me. Even if it's the crappiest movie of the decade, which a lot of people said Batman v Superman was. Dog again. Ugh. He apparently wants to get in the video. But, you know, it hurt. It hurt to read all those reviews to see the tomato meter on it. Because I thought it was fantastic. Because for me, and I even put up a video about this when it came out, I cried. Speaking of crying, I cried at the movie. Tears of joy. Because I never thought I would live to see the day with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. The holy trinity of the Justice League in a live action film. I never thought I would see it. And, you know, somewhere along the way, I just grew to accept that. But to see it, I mean, I was holding my wife's hand at the premiere. I was first in line. I was there 3 hours early, so on and so forth. But when you see, you know, where you have the scene where Wonder Woman comes whooshing in to save Batman with the, you know, and the part where you hear Batman cuss and he's like, oh shit, that was fantastic. That was pure ad-lib from Ben Affleck. But that scene where they're standing beside each other ready to take on Doomsday was just the most fantastic thing to ever happen. And we're going to have to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, background actors. They always got to... He's still going off. Okay, if you can hear the dog barking, you probably can't, but I'm afraid it gets on the shot. Anyway, but no, going into it, you know, but a couple of days after the premiere, seeing the ratings of it, I was just like, oh, I was almost as sad as Affleck was. Because to me, he's the most fantastic Batman. Yes, we're going to have Michael Keaton, who was the very first one to do it. So obviously people are going to have, you know, high esteem for him, which is understandable. But to me, currently Ben Affleck is the embodiment of Batman. And, but anyway, to see those ratings, it kind of made me sad, you know, it kind of let me down a little bit. But then I kind of brought myself back, and I was just like, you know what? People are going to see what they want to see. I mean, even if they didn't enjoy it, or if they did enjoy it and they're still critical of it, that's fine. But I think overall, the director, the actors, the production goal of the movie was to make it a movie for the viewer, whoever that may be. Even if they failed with some people, they succeeded for me. So, you know, that's what hurt. That's what hurt a little bit, was just to see the reviews and to see something that had never been done before kind of shot down. So, yeah. Anyway, needless to say, it didn't stop them from making other movies. They have a whole new lineup coming up. And even if they suck, I'm happy. I'm happy. So there's that. What is something you wish you could change? Something I wish I could change. The world. In a few ways. I mean, I think, number one, trying to actually get our planet to a decent state of nature. And everything. So, you know, there's that. I think I would be able to change humanity's current track to the future. I guess that's kind of a Back to the Future play on words, but there's things I'm seeing that's just like, where are we headed? What is going on here? Why is this happening? I mean, we're on this weird roller coaster that's heading, I have no idea where. And a lot of people are thinking that right now, but that's, you know, some things I could change. What would life be like if you had wings? Oh, I have dreamed many times of flying. Obviously, I'm a Superman guy. It would be fantastic. I would be helping people as much as possible. I would be providing. I would actually at certain points provide a shuttle service to give people the experience of flying. I would obviously have them sign a waiver saying that if they are dropped to their death by accident, it's not my fault. I obviously wouldn't do it on purpose, but accidents happen. And that sounds very dark and oblique. But yeah, so there's that. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video at 30 minutes. I will do another one, a part 2, which I'll have up very shortly. But thanks for watching. More questions coming up in part 2. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. I'm going to try to stop this right at 30 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed it, and look forward to more. I'll also be doing an AMA, so see ya.